Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight for the monthly Unitarian Universalist Poetry Vespers, sponsored by First Year U Detroit. First, I want to thank Steve Curtin for acting as Zoom host for tonight's event. Our usual host, Dan Seacrest, is in the Philippines, so thank you, Steve, for stepping in, always appreciated. If you're joining us for the first time and are not on our blind copy list, please email me, and I'll put my email address in the chat shortly at nelnan@aol.com. You'll get only a couple of messages a month, probably a heads up the first week of the month and a reminder the day before, so I'm not going to bombard you. We meet the fourth Thursday of every month, 7 p.m. Eastern time, unless there's a holiday change. Please feel free to share any of this information with your friends. We want to build our audience. Next month's guests, Dwight Skip Stackhouse and Alex Morgan, who will read from their powerful play, The N-Word Duet. I will be reading some poetry that's thematically connected to that play. The date is June 27th, 24. At 7 p.m. Eastern time, and I will send an announcement. Vespers is also available at Allegria Village in person in Dearborn, Michigan, and I will also put the email address of Lyncha Acker in the chat for those who might, in a local area, would like to reach out to her about the details. I've got to stop a minute and brag about my new home, the Shoals in North Alabama, a lovely mountainous area, the very northern border of Alabama and Tennessee, which contains such, but not all, Muscle Shoals Sound Studio, Wheeler and Wilson Lakes, Ivy Green, the home of Helen Keller, the Frank Lloyd Wright House, called the Rosenbaum House, University of North Alabama, and many other attractions. In recent years, one of our guests, Jake Berry, conceived of a publishing press which focuses on writers and artists from the Shoals area. 7 Points is a new and exciting venture with which I'm excited to be involved and blessed. For further information, I will again put our website. I'll be putting a lot of things into the email, into the chat, so that please make note of that and put those aside for your later use. I'm going to introduce all three guests, and ordinarily we'd be right into the program, but we have three people, and I do want to give them their due, even though I'm not going to read everything I know about them. So Jake Berry is the poet, musician, and visual artist, also a very dear friend of mine. He's the author of Rambu Dresi, a trilogy, Kenosis, and The Oracle House, his latest. And he's been an active member of global arts and literary community for almost 40 years. He regularly records and performs his compositions solo and with groups Bare Knuckles, the Ascension Brothers, and 6 Mile. As mentioned, he is the founder of 7 Points Press. Shannon Milliman is a TED Talk speaker who was raised in Alaska with her adult life in Portland, Oregon. She and her husband Eli and their 5 children relocated to Florence, Alabama, where they also got a Airbnb, which I happened to rent before I moved here, which was really serendipitous and delightful. She believes in new community immersion and the importance in building bridges. She has created Remembrara to help make it easy to video document every valuable human story. She's found family, neighborhood, and community healing and believes in the transformative power of listening and telling stories. And I would say that also includes your poetry, Shannon. And she'll be launching her first collection with 7 Points in the fall. What if God is? What if I am? And finally, but not least, is Tyler Young, who lives in Florence, studied architecture at Auburn, War Eagle, and taught at Tulane University as an adjunct lecturer in the urban building program. He takes a working class approach to his creative projects and maintains a day job in the design field so that his artistic endeavors are not influenced by the forces of commerce. He works in various mediums, including writing, music, painting, collage, and participatory sculpture. And his collection, Sweet Debris, will be published by 7 Points later this year. Enjoy the readings and the music, all of which is original to each of the poets. So be sure to enjoy that and be sure to hang around afterward for conversation. So welcome all three of you.
Okay, so according to the order of service, I'm supposed to start, correct? Okay. The first poem is Beneath the Porch. Beneath the porch, a ravine of skulls is waking. They murmur the original tongue while the dog paces the floor and growls. In the density of time, the chattering witnesses gossip and remember that moment suspended, ironic, in old bed sheets. What the dog hears is not their voices, but a stranger rummaging her dreams from some long ago hunt. Even now, the leaky idols speak. Kill the ground. Do not kill the ground. Do not pour gasoline on the ground and kill it. The wild animals, those who wear their souls on the outside, come and go through your pastures. You are a wonder to them. They are amazed at your abundance. They are staggered by your mountains of waste. If you stand where your ancestors stood, in the world between, half mad and half calculating, you would know what the serpent meant without asking, "What am I?" When you work, pour out your soul, not your artificial fire. Do not kill the ground. Horse and dragon wagging up a dry creek bed. His wheels are gone, the driver is dead. His hand is still clutching the whip. His eyes roll back to see his soul's a sin. The gates open, let the stranger in. Black clouds over a spent iron ore mine. The rocks above, yeah, the sky behind. Coal-fire train on a rusty bridge, crumbling off the mountainside. After the dream comes a long decline. Slip out of heaven in the middle of the night, with a sack full of treasures the pretty girls like, and books that were written double-tongued in black fire, burning in the nerves, singing in the wild. Making a face by kerosene light, crimson rose and ghostly white. Supper on the table, iced tea and prayers. Old wool suit hanging on his chair down the long decline with dust in her hair. and a long decline with dust in her hair. A burden of recovery. Weeds will grow in your streets. Trees will break through the floors of your mansions and grow through the roofs. Vines will climb the skyscrapers and bring them crumbling down. The servitude of power and wealth will pass, and you will rejoice. You will greet the morning and the work of the day, and at night take refuge in stillness and rest. You will sing gentle songs to your children and be glad. Slaughter your lambs at twilight. Don't let the stranger in. Eat on your feet, pack your bags to leave. What you bear witness to is not your vengeance or your friend. Keep the night watch. Keep the night watch. Keep the night watch till the killing season ends. If you burn the harvest to seize the land, what remains in gold or in chains slips right through your hands. Keep the night watch. Keep the night watch. Keep the night watch. Wait the high command. Tear at the window, tear at the roots. Beg the Lord to tell you every word of the dirty truth. Slaughter your lambs at twilight. Set your altars high. Sacrifice your young with a song on your tongue when that sad old angel flies. Keep the night watch. Keep the night watch. Keep the night watch. Never close your eyes. Never close your eyes. Never close your eyes. Never close your eyes. The Oracle House. I stood on the threshold of the Oracle House and wept, with thunder rumbling through the clouds like burning hoofs. The house of Ruach, where stars are blown through the intimate depths and generations take their form. Night after night, a supernova illuminates her rooms, while voices rise and evaporate, singing from the floor to rain again all afternoon. Her phases wax and wane beneath my skin, as if the moon were telling a joke only my blood can understand, and the flesh inside my soul bleeds to prove the completed body spread across the sky. Doesn't every sleeper eventually dream the very bed in which she sleeps and wakes to see the perfected face? And with perfected gaze, rises to see death itself in long white robes gone down into the sand. Out of torment, a light will shine, and all these visions torn from my eyes will flicker through the leaves, revealing what breath has done from skin to skin, only to slip away again and reappear in the glory rags of the coming day. The Watchers. We know them for who they are, through the names and plumage. Feel their eyes, half aware of their presence on our flesh, as we attend our grubby chores, helplessly grounded while they perch in the high places or circle so far aloft we squint to discern their shapes. Vastly more ancient than ourselves, we cannot name their origin, even when we reduce every detail to our most meticulous descriptions and measurements. Nor do we understand the nature of their disappearance, as if they had never been there at all. Nothing more than some mythic revelry woven out of dreams and desire. Whatever name we give them, owl, hawk, or crow, we know them for who they are and whose purposes they serve.
Nightingale, solitude, paper wings on the floor, a shifter robe in an empty room, skeleton key in the door. The only one who would refuse heaven's sweet repose, for life to spend in a garden house, the closed creation war. Diaphanous blue in late afternoon, a lipstick on the glass, lilies woven into her dress, a season woven out of the past. Everything in your garden house brought for the stars to view. Sing on, night angel, nothing is concealed from you. Sing on, night angel, nothing is concealed from you.
Airport,
There you go.
okay. Airport fishing hole. In Alaska, I went fishing a lot growing up with my dad, and I reflect a lot on those times, a little deeper than I did in the moment. So a poem about airport fishing hole. Over time, habitation restoration engineered fierce metal path underneath cold turquoise glacier water urgently pushes sockeye salmon upstream. Fishbone with gray pink decomposing meat floats by. River does not care what lives and what reeks. Pushing flow caresses rock snag with metal spoon, rusty hook and fishing line, nest with slime, scales and log. My right sorrel boot must have a pinhole leak. My wool socks sopping. Dad ties a fishing line, squinting in the midnight sun, egg loop knot tightened. Hands to my brother, father in reverse. There are Patagonia people, Germans with fanny packs, Brother Ellis from Nikiski Ward, snot-nosed 10-year-old red galoshes sours the fish, imaginary gray-haired nondescript lady. Thin clouds, drizzle, but free, nautique boat, rich folk. Those there were family on repeat, evening after evening, summer after summer. Set up, hook, catch, clean, discard innards, repeat, until I am 18. In my mind, I ramble on rocky path, have dad pull out free-tied coho ties from Brown's Mule tobacco plastic can, get up, watch Glenn Beck, dig on the dark web, drink hidden whiskey, Cosmo magazine under a dusty bed, sleep at 3, repeat, squinting, needs bifocals, no insurance, stubborn increase, keep squinting at Fox News. Without me to take fishing, the current reverses, 19 to 91. This one, thanks, prompted by what it would like to feel like to be dead, entitled Day Dead. I'm dead a day, steps languid and I flutter on gray matter, dusty skin cells shed, walking on infinity nothing. I worked for death, arms rip, sockets pop, slinky spine, toddler, newborn, pubescent, menopausal, hospice, itchy body, fatigue, reaching. For what? My paradisical glory? My calling and election made sure? My husband across the veil? God across the veil? My heavenly mother across the wall? She, like Rapunzel, trapped and liberated, symbols and tokens fluttering like confetti at a dance in the church gymnasium. See bicycle spokes spin high, Christmas lights hang, streamers, disco circles, wedding, spinning, always everlasting marriage. Undizzy, lacking equilibrium, no inner ear, only ashes and past participles. In my heaven, I walk through a green field with lupin, gut singing, but I don't have a gut. Empty womb, as empty as the day I birthed a half baby, whom I named after my father, a name I could never speak, a dead name. A zombie wombi, though overgrown, gray-yellow grass at Angeles Memorial Park. My dead baby also somewhere near the fence, within earshot of the train tracks. But there are no train tracks and no ears, shot. Body essence shifts, disorganized, disembodied, stardust. I am shimmery, bioluminescence fish in the Florida night ocean, skinny dipping with my husband. I should have sought more, plunged more naked when I had a body, grunt, sweat, squeeze, sex, bodiless, soulless. Do myths matter when I did not read to my child last night? In the dead of night, I'm thirsty no more.
You want to talk about your music?
Oh, sure. And this, to give credit where credit's due, is not my original. It is my husband's original. Always making music. And this one is a song that he created, music and lyrics. And 4 out of 5 of my children are the star actors in the show. So you can enjoy a little taste of that. And I will say the poem after is a little connected to raising kids. So you'll get a taste of them. Thank you. There was a slight lag to the music, and I'm pretty sure that's a seed to another poem. That's a metaphor. I'm feeling it. And my final poem is entitled Love is Another Word for Torture. Love is another word for torture. It screams, it births, it bleeds, it tears, it yearns, strives, lives, redeems. It is lonely, so lonely, liminal floating exchange rates. When 23 years have sown wind, stitched snow, sutured sleet, sealed sun, the tears are healed, scars remain, and pain of our children and childhoods, religion gone, faith unreal, melancholy wins. Cold heaves sternum, collapsing, inflating, iron lung, still hopes, but you and me, fried pepper steak at the wooden family table, love on a train, more tips than me, passion in a church, baby buried where we were raised. He is displaced, just like you. Whispered lessons noticed in the celestial room, wedding photos to burn, car seat lullabies with daddy's band, finger pacifiers, calm troubled bathtubs, bronchiolitis worries and box of rain to heal, moldy apartments and blessings on the PB&J, seedling hands, velvet and Mary Janes on the church steps, holding sunbeam-sized hands, walking to Mount Tabor, digging, drunk on dirt, dandelion salads, a funeral for a bird who lived a good life, despair at Henry and Hemslow's life ending, in a closet, pulsing, raging, cookies under the bed, polka dots and flower bedspread tucked in, off the trails, free and spirited, zippity-yay, muddy boots, no umbrellas, lunch at preschool, I'm in. Tomatoes ripe off the vine, shaved heads, tattoos, not skinheads, lost on windy Nikiski Beach, swaddled babies, hiking backpacks, thumb-sucking angel, our very own gargoyle bites, and we keep him. Band concert in a tuxedo, a right nice trumpet with a silver mouthpiece. The best witch cackle on stage, swim team, butterfly, drowning, Lewis River, starry night and philosophical thought. Can I go to my friend's house for dinner, for lunch, for second breakfast? Mama said knock you out, and you did. At neighbors' karaoke, daddy's diaries, mommy's diaries, bad grades, good grades, sneaking out, locked doors, open windows, learning of love. Are you rich? Rich in love. Floating down the cypress, belly down. Missing Moses, who's growing up, learning to do, breathe, survive, someday thrive. Sunny, gone in the Halloween dusk, like when she rode her bike. When she's ready, she's ready. Anna runs lean, serene, with grace and a nose ring. Rainbow glimmers on stage. Everyone noticed her glow, and she forgot to brush her teeth. Phineas, no longer scared of the scary parts, made a basket team, handsome like dad. They're growing, becoming, almost gone, Eli. Has it been enough? Will they make it alone? Will they come home? Will they remember the phone? Will they know how to hold on? Can they sing a song? Can they leap and scream? Will they create? Will they rule? Will they worship? Will they wander? Will they know that they are God?
Thank you, Shannon.
Hello. Do I just begin? Yeah. Okay.
Jump right in.
Gotcha. This city is a woman. This city is a woman, and she told you to never trust. the line where the cartographer says the water meets the earth. She said, go ahead, you can draw your lines and call them a river, but her mouth moves in the deluge and turns those documents into deceptions. She sent you an invitation to an Elysian masquerade where after a series of libations, your confidence grew oh so untamed. She bathes you on the shore in waves of alcoholic laughter, her water's edge, her solitary bridge, a one-way into the hereafter. The morning reveals her wrinkles, how she owns her decay. It's an improvisation in erosion for a patron in the petroleum industry. She lives alone in a double shotgun, but her visitors are frequent. Her summer feels like a punishment. She has never known a mild season. Sorry, I lost my point. She fell through a jib window. She was impaled on a fleur-de-lis. Then the levee gave, the weight of water came. Ophelia went under. She never asked to be a queen. She never asked for any of this. But she carries the weight of being what the white men cannot resist. Her history, geography, her curves cannot be captured. The ebb and the flow of all we think we know, by her moon it is reflected. Because this city is a woman, and she told you to never trust. The line where the cartographer says, the water meets the earth. Okay. And I apologize. I'm a bit of a Luddite, so this is my first Zoom conference like this. So I didn't know I could be this nervous in my own empty house.
You're doing great.
This is self-storage. I keep wondering what my grandparents would do if they were living now in this generation. I remember how loudly their television played, blasting through the failed hearing, and how my grandmother was so ill prepared for the constantly blaring 24-hour news coverage of her idle-houred later years, as the world reeled with the reckoning of its own image. Nerve centers breaking stories, high res, live on the scene every moment with its crisis, as if she needed reminding. As her body slumped toward failure, and she sat in her chair with only a TV for company, with endless access to ceaseless updates, the attic overflowing with clippings, the filing cabinets so full they cannot be closed. This accumulation like a burden we constantly bemoan while devoting ourselves to its protection. At one point in my childhood, we had a storage building that was broken into, and my parents had it packed so densely that the thieves took nothing. They saw past a wall of teetering cardboard, trash bags, and God knows, to the valuable overweight electronics of the early 90s, and they just walked away. It was simply too much to unpack. And I remember as a child being enlisted to help move these contents from place to place, and how my sisters and I began secretly disposing of things to lighten our mother's load, objects never remembered once thrown away. This one's crawl space. It is cordoned off for a reason, with a single access point reserved for the unfortunate repair people, the maintainers, forced through a hunched threshold to a forbidden zone of falling fiberglass and failing ductwork, of rodents and damp, dark, cramped belly crawling and cussing, caught in cables and wires and spiders and stonework, a service entry to the uninhabitable underside of comfort, a supporting role lifting us above the residue of a forgotten levitation. And this one is marketing. For as long as we bow unto ourselves, it is God. The recurring cost of instant access, the deity's networking omniscience, a lamb's book of life asking for your name, gathering information, polishing the reflection, following movements, noting tendencies, these soft predators of vulnerability, whispering in your mother's voice, come to me, drink of my breast, you are young again, climb into the shopping cart, you can have anything, but this, honey, this is just for you. And this is the last one I'll read. It's called Dead Historians. America, can we forget your name just for a moment, as we have forgotten the nations buried by an onslaught of exploding technology, the dead histories of the slaughter, drowned out by the announcers, the commentators in these war song commercials for duress in luxurious developments, the tranquil choreography of nuclear maneuvers. America, are you feeling all right? You don't look so good. Try to keep it together for a little longer. Do you have the courage to fold the flag and administer the ceremony of grieving for what cannot be undone? America, you win. Now can we please move on? Thanks. And the song is from a project with a friend, Albert Rothstein, called Instinct Industries. And we have a couple songs on all streaming platforms if you would like to check it out.
Freeze frame. Can you dictate? Tell me what to do. Tell me what's bad. Tell me what's good. Don't know if you real or deep fake. The mirrors, the display, like Orson Welles in his younger years. For the Red Scare in the Hollywood Hills. The present day disappears. Where's my phone? Oh, it's right here. Ask Houdini how to escape from this world where everything is staged. Ain't no magic, no suspense. The answers at our fingertips. No hound dogs, no blood scent. Put our memories in cold storage. My identity is backed up. My thoughts float like vapors. I whisper to myself, be here. Why speak out? What must we share? Woe is me, we must mute the beast. Voices screaming, dim the screen. Tell our devices what to do, not vice versa. Put down the hustle. buildings start to sway. The earth gives under our weight. Don't get caught up in a thirst trap. Got more options than we can count. Our skin is on display. The instinct industries entertain. Ain't no magic in this place. Everything is portrayed. No magic in this day. Today. In the air, my body is in the clouds, my mouth is speaking out, can't stand the sound. These emotions are not mine. Disconnect all the landlines. Can't see how we are shaped and misshapen day to day. Hit that button on the deep fake. That's right, just press play. Ask Houdini to explain how to disappear from this stage, from this day, today.
Wow. I think, Steve, you probably can stop the recording now, but if you want.